do a little exploring with a plastic tool here, see if we can get in here somewhere. You can get one clip to go, you're usually good to go here. Come on, baby. Gotta be close. We can see it. Okay, there's one clip right there, right next to a clip. Let me get another tool here. If you can get the clips to go, usually it's a piece of cake, but there you go, there's one. They're not a standard clip. It looks like they use that same metal garbage they used on the front door. That's no fun. Let me hold this open, get my metal tool back out of there. See if I can get one started on this side perhaps. There's a couple. I'm gonna get my finger stuck. Yeah, man, these are old school metal clips. These things are gonna be a pisser. They're usually really stout, but these are the kind that have a tendency to stick and not want to come out of the door. There's one there. Gosh. Mother of pearl. Now let's keep working our way forward. We're probably gonna have to take off the upper and the lower trim as an assembly and then separate them is gonna be my assumption. Oh, they're wicked tight. Give me back my finger. Come down over that ledge. Yeah, they're snug, boy. It's got enough pressure up on it. They're gonna want to go back in. There's one right there. We can see them. Usually we're good. Okay, there's another one way in here. Leave that pried open like that. See if we can reach in and get it. There's that. There's that one. That one's free. Kind of keep moving across here. I don't imagine that is separate. Wow. This is really terrible. That's the problem. I hear the ones over there clicking back in. There's so much pressure from the other ones pulling up on it. I might have to get some more plastic tools to keep them wedged in here. There's that one. I know it sounds pretty terrible on camera probably. Ah, gosh dang it. That's what's in there. Boy, oh boy. Now let me get some other plastic prying devices. Boy. So 90% of the time pulling trim panels on General Motors isn't too terrible. This thing is a monster. Trying to get these clips. Well, that one fell out. What a freaking disaster. Alright, those ones all stayed in. This one fell out. Let me get the one off the floor here I dropped. So that's what they are. They're that metal style clip. Pop that in here. I'll just save, I'll show you how these clip back in, but these things are a monster to get out in comparison to like your regular standard plastic clips. See, I mean, you can see how hard they come out of the body. Oftentimes these little metal clips will, you know, bend around, they'll get caught behind the metal, and they're just a huge pain. As you can see, the clips here go in this way, up here, and then into the panel sideways, so it makes them almost, not quite impossible, but very difficult to remove. And the way this thing's designed, this upper panel, it's very difficult to just get it to release. Nope, that's one of my red tools. I hate doing it, but that's how you gotta do it, folks. We'll get it down and we'll separate the other part of that top half. For assembly, these things are great. Okay, there's a bunch of them in the middle. Wow, what a friggin' disaster. I'll get this unhooked here. It's like the top half. Yeah, so this is, you know, they're all across here in this little guy. And if you do have some that pop out and go flying, they've got a little alignment tab. You line them up and stick them in, so a piece of cake. But yeah, what a monster getting these things out. And like I say, you can see how this one goes in this direction while these go that direction. So, you know, you tell me. Idiots. We're gonna have to get a long prying tool to try to get in the middle, because there's some across here in the middle too. So we'll come in with the long dong here. Now that we've got it down a little bit, see if we can't reach way inside here. There's one. Get some of these across the edge here. There's two. Boy, they come about halfway, then they just stick. There's three. I'm not so sure I can reach that other one. We might have to use like a real long pry bar or something. Let me see if I can get it on the side. Oh yeah, there's one way in the middle. What a piece of crap. General Motors from China. Yes, there's those ones. They didn't want it falling off, I'll tell you that. There's that one. We gotta be careful because there's the electrical connector here. We don't want it to just fall. Actually, I'm gonna reach in. I'm gonna unhook the electrical connector from the button. At least I thought I was. There, okay, so just in case this thing hits the floor. Oh man, these suckers, what a bunch of a-holes. There's two more by this latch right here, but they're not your standard. They're the actual really crappy metal ones. They have about a 0% chance of coming out without breaking the friggin' plastic. Wow. I knew these cars were crap, but I didn't realize they were this crappy. I'm gonna try. There may be some casualties here, folks. They're hidden up in here pretty good. Oh, got that one. Look at me go. I'm gonna see if I can see the other one from the other side. I'll show you what this looks like when we get it off. No, this one's tearing the frickin' plastic. It's wedged up in the body. Mother effer. Stupid asses. So there's your electrical connector. These are those two I was telling you about, but this one started to tear away. I'll start pulling the metal thing off, but yeah, these style clips are probably the worst in all of human history. They quit using them back in the 80s and 90s. Must be General Motors found a need to bring them back. Yeah, so that's what things look like. We're just coming to get after that. A lot of pissing and moaning going on here. Here's your connector to get it unhooked. There's just a little squeeze tab here. I just squeeze that with my thumb. Unplug it, but yeah, what a joke, huh? Freaking junk. Well, it's got cavity wax in it. Look at that. That can't be factory. There's no way they spent the extra money on that. Use appropriate trim tool to release the lift gate lower trim finish panel and the lift gate upper trim finish panel from the lift gate inner panel as one assembly. Separate the upper and lower. That's all they tell you. And then they show you the position of all the, clips on the inside, but what a friggin' mother lover those things are, huh? So here's the wiper arm. You can see it's lost its spring. Has nothing to do with why the motor doesn't work, but see if we can get the trim cover to pop off here. Oh, just pulled off. So yeah, pull them off the bottom. We've got some little loops in there. It's got a hook retainer here. So in on the arm, slide it down, click it on. I bought a new one just in case we broke this one. But we didn't. But the arm is seized up. I do have a new arm, and I also have a new wiper blade. So you can spend some time trying to get these freed up. They do have plastic bushings in them. They are aluminum. You get them freed up, it usually doesn't last very long. Well, I mean, the new one doesn't last very long anyway. So we're gonna put a new one on. Let's get this nut off here. 13 mil. Zippy zap right off. I doubt we're gonna be able to just give it a little tug, but we are. There's what you get for having doubt, Mr. O. I don't know if this rubber is part through the windshield. It probably is. So we'll quit meddling with that. Let's lift the gate back open here. Ooh, look at that, fancy. I think book time's 0.6 or 0.8. 80% of that's probably getting the panel off. We'll unplug it. We'll grab our Ugga Dugga gun. Switch over to the 10 mil. Take that stuff off. Take that one out. Is there a nut on the outside of the glass? Nope, there's not. Oh, I thought the shaft was gonna be all seized up, but usually on, not on these in particular, but rear wiper arms, usually it's all corroded. But this little guy would barely move across the window and then just kind of conk out. So there's that, we got a brand new one here. You can tell it's genuine General Motors, made in America. Apple pie baseball, you can tell that by the writing on it. Just kidding, it's not made in USA. America, I only buy GMs because I'm American. Think again, dude. There ain't nothing American about GM. Let me look on the outside. I want to make sure that rubber's coming through here how it should be. Yes, sir. It's coming through just nice. There's that. Let me get a, let's give it a handy here. There we go. There's that. We'll plug it in, we'll go turn it on, make sure it works. Looks like it's working. Oh, where's our arm? Here it is. Genuine GM. I left the motor on intermittent. That really got her packaged up quite nice here. We're gonna take, the wiper blade was on a infinite back order, never to be made again from General Motors, so we got an aftermarket blade. I usually don't like aftermarket rear wiper blades. They rarely fit nice, but this is just a standard run-of-the-mill style. We got a new nut that holds this on because I thought the old one would be degraded, but they sent me a quantity of 5. I don't know if I paid for 5 or paid for 1, but we're going to steal one out of here. Cut the bag nicely. Send the other ones back. They've already got blue Loctite installed. Park position is over here. We'll wait for it to cycle. You gotta work quick. Let her cycle. Let her back up. See if we're close. Oh, fancy. Let's go up just a whisker. Do we go a whisker? Oh, we got some liquid on there. Oh, look at that wiping job it does. She's a performer. What a performer. It didn't work and now it does. Like a charm. Works like a charm. It's springy now. Just had to push a little harder. Okay, that's on. We're good. Let's spend the next 30 minutes putting the cover back on. If I'm looking at it correctly, we can stick the lower half on. Now I went ahead and popped out our little handle there, now that we can see it. I believe, man, I don't want to be wrong because I don't want to pull this thing off twice. That would really stink. I believe that we can put this on safely and then stick the upper half on. I want to get these two clips here in first. Okay, and then get a couple of these other ones. They go on way easier than they come out. So we're just gonna leave that kind of lightly. I haven't gone through and whacked in the middle yet. This should be able to click on in that fashion. So it's got the little donger here. We've gone ahead, put all the other clips in it, any of them that have fallen out. That one goes that way, remember? You're gonna have to give this one a little assistance. Pushing that clip up all the way. Because you gotta kind of squeeze it in. What the heck was that? Oh. A little piece of a metal clip here is all rusty. The metal clip on the end of the openers. Half of it fell off because it's all rotted. Make sure we got them all. So we did, so you can see how easy they go on, and if you're the guy in the assembly line, that's your job to stick that on. I mean, you could probably do 7,000 a day ish. And I would think that would be more important from a manufacturing standpoint than it would be serviceability, you know, long term. I don't think manufacturers often care much about that. It's just how fast can we build them, how cheap can we build them, and how many can we make in a day. I believe that's manufacturing 101. There, that's back in there. Now this little guy, in case you're wondering, you've got one of the infamous metal clips there. Of course, your connector goes in this way. So these are your permanent tabs. So it's gonna go in and then click in like that. So if you're up here trying to pry her out, I did have a little bit of a spell getting the little metal clip out there, but I did it, you know, once the gate was removed. Clipped in. There's that, torqued down, factory specs. Okay, there's that. That's it. We'll get some stuff, wipe our muddy paw prints off it. Unenhanced. That's it, folks. Wiper motor, arm, cover, blade, the whole deal. It drew blood. We're not super happy about that, but that's okay. We've shed lots of blood for cars. And, but yeah, those metal clips, in case you didn't get the gist, those things just piss me off, man. I hate seeing those clips because we haven't seen them in like 20 years and now they're back all of a sudden. Awful. And the power just went out. And that's awful too because Josh has a car in the lift. So maybe we'll get to go home early. Nope, guess not. Lights are back on. That's handy. Anyways, folks, if your power's not out, why don't you go in that comment section? Questions, comments, concerns, the Insta, the Facebook. You know where to find us. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching. Hey, the power just went out. Did you notice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're just making sure, okay?
Yeah.
Making sure.
I'm okay.
Okay. You didn't come check to see if we were okay.
I could hear you out there
Oh, all right.
screaming.
Hashtag survivor.